Hello, good morning. It is June 29th, 2017. And I attempted to do this recording yesterday. Actually, it turned out okay, but I made a little blunder in something I said. So I was trying to think about how I could rework it so that I could post it. And then I said, no, just start from scratch. Which you guys know I hate to do because some of what I'm about to say is coming from memory and not just coming, coming automatically, just naturally like that. But we'll see what happens. Um, anyway, we're going to be talking about racism in this installment, and but we're going to come at it from a different perspective. So sorry, I'm not a morning person, and it's morning. We're going to talk about it from the perspective of treating people who you consider like yourself better than people who we consider different from us. Because that is also racism. We often think of racism, we have images and things that we think about when we think of the word racism or someone being a racist. We're picturing, crosses burning on people's lawns and, stuff like that. That's an extreme case. Just people who are mistreating other humans on the basis of their race or their background, their skin color, their culture, and such. But we're gonna talk about why is it harmful? Ultimately, in the big picture, why is it harmful to exhibit racist behavior toward people who we consider like ourselves, and that we treat them a bit better than we do others? Why is this not an okay thing? So first of all, we're going to talk about how that's not necessarily a bad thing when we realize we have things in common with other people and we kind of naturally gravitate toward that person. Like, oh, we come from the same upbringing or background. We share many similarities. We enjoy the same types of things because of that commonality. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about actually mentally making distinctions, drawing distinctions between people around us based on their race. So one thing that just kind of comes up naturally because, oh yeah, you share something together. That's different than purposely saying, okay, you're acceptable. You can get on my right side. You're not acceptable. Get out of my face. I'm going to treat you like less, like subhuman, like you don't measure up. And so what we see in there is judgment, right? Whether the judgment is, I judge that you are worthy, or I judge that you are unworthy. And whereas when people come together naturally, that's a heart thing. That's a deeper motivation, and it's not it's not based on judgment. Okay? It's based on your heart, on the truth of of who you are deep inside, not just skin deep, right? So, that's damaging because when we treat people better on that basis, it's damaging because it's coming from that place. And that's the kind of energy that we are giving out. And that's what matters. If we could just kind of peel back the details of the different situations that come up here in this type of existence, peel it back to what kind of energy is moving a particular behavior. Because whatever that energy is, if it's a loving energy, a connecting energy, coming together, working together, uplifting, well, that's all well and good, isn't it? That's wonderful. And if it's that kind of energy, that's what you're passing on to the other person. And if that's what you're sharing together, that's going back and forth, and that's strengthened. If you're passing on energy of judgment and of separation, division, and the other person is receiving that, that's what you're going to share and strengthen between you. That kind of energy, that kind of dividing energy, not a coming together, a breaking apart. So if I'm treating you, I'll just say good, on a basis of judgment, I'm pulling you down if you're gonna get in that mindset with me, and we're just gonna congratulate each other about how much better we are than everybody else based on our race, our culture. We're pulling each other down. That's not good for either of us, and it's not good for the world. So we could talk all night and day about making the world a better place and equality and love and blah, blah, blah. But if that's how we get down, we're working against it. We may be articulating one thing, but our behavior and the energy that we are the energy that we're cultivating and that we're sharing, that's how we are playing a part in the state of the world that we live in. And we each are playing a part individually. We are contributing to the condition of the world that we live in. So you're not doing the other person any favor either, because, we're all trying to move into an existence that isn't harmful to others. Well, I shouldn't say all. Humanity as a collective is moving toward that. And there are still people who don't really give a shit about that kind of thing and just like, you know what, me and mine. Give me what I need, give me what I want, and the people in my circle, and I'm good. Screw everybody else. But fortunately, more and more people are starting to see that that's destroying the world. That kind of energy is what is keeping humans from moving into a space of true well-being, complete well-being and happiness. We cannot be happy if we're living in judgment we can't. It's just not. Judgment is about pain and about death, basically, not about life. It's about destroying. Excuse me. I had to get a sip of my coffee. But judgment cannot be the basis of happiness, because happiness is rooted in love. Happiness is, for lack of a better term, a byproduct of loving loving conditions, say that, okay? And people who live in judgment and that way, that separation type of way, they're not happy people, because just like that expression, as within, so without, as below and so above, or whatever, something like that. You know what it is. Look it up. But it's true. Because if I am a judgmental person like that, I'm applying that to myself first. When I get up each and every morning and I come into my consciousness of this place and my surroundings, I put myself right in that judgment mode. I wake up. I don't center in my heart space. Oops. I start thinking about the list of things I have to do, should do, can't do, won't do, can't say, can't be, can't feel, can't think, can't whatever, to measure up, to be acceptable in this world of separation. See, I'm putting that on myself. And the whole time, my innermost self, my heart, is being suffocated inside, right? Like trying to get out, trying to be expressive, trying to enjoy life, but I won't let it, because I won't let myself really live. Always trying to measure up to what the world around me is telling me I ought to be, instead of listening to my deepest and innermost feelings. You see? So we are talking about this subject based on compassion right now, from a place of compassion, not of judging people who are judgmental. And saying that people are judgmental is not a judgment, it's a fact. That's the way life is right now in this place. Where that's the way it is. That's the way it is. So anyway, I'm almost at my destination, and I may continue. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I wanted to bring out on this subject. Sorry, I'm trying to park this vehicle. Anyway, so those are just some thoughts about how racism isn't always the mistreatment of others in a way of non-acceptance, but also acceptance of others, but based on judgment. So, hope that was informative for you guys. And as always, want to wish you much love. Bye.